you do wait a little bit, and also they've got 5 minutes remaining, and you want to try and put pressure on the person to possibly make a mistake, but also they'll be trying to put pressure on the person in front. So I think if he waits a little bit more to see if they make any mistakes, there should be an opportunity at the end of the race as well.
Okay, heavy braking into Village turn 3, then it's the loop, which is turn 4, before the left-hander, which is turn number 5, which is Aintree. So then you're onto the Wellington straight before Brooklands, and then that Brooklands, Luffield and Woodcote brings you into the National Pit straight here at Silverstone, and von Skeldamar is going for it here. Down the Wellington straight then, Manuela Gosner and von Skeldamar almost side by side, but Manuela Gosner with a marginal pace advantage closes the door, or does she? Von Skeldamar not quite far enough, was he? But Christoph Herney is trying to buy into this now, allowing these two to fight together. That brings him into the mix. Von Skeldamar swaps sides now, and again is just showing his nose to the inside of the Manuela Gosner car as they make their way around the National Pits complex now, down the National Pits straight into the Cops turn, which is turn number 9. And then they'll be heading up towards the Maggots and Beckett's complex before heading out of turn 14, which is Chapel, and then the Hangar Straight, Callum, which again is perhaps somewhere where either von Skeldamar or as we see Manuela Gosner's sister Corinna go around in car number 173. Just carrying a little bit too much speed, and the back end broke away. So we await the 3. Here comes the race leader. We want to see the 3 for P2 as they make their way onto the Hangar Straight now.
He's right behind.
He is, but Christoph Herney is lurking there as well. So through the murk and the mist, you can see the all-green fronted machine of Manuela Gosner alongside the shark's teeth of von Skeldamar. He wants Manuela to run just a bit wide so that he can get his nose up on the inside, but Manuela is driving very well here and defending very fairly, Callum.
Yeah, very clean and good racing at the moment.
We have only 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the race remaining, and this is the fight for P2, which is the closest fight at the moment in the sharp end of the race as they make their way around the final turn, the club turn, turn number 18. Christoph Herney now takes a look at von Skeldamar. The best news in the world for Manuela Gosner would be for Christoph Herney to really up his challenge on von Skeldamar, because she's able to escape away a little bit.
Yeah, you look for any opportunity to build a gap, but at the moment it looks like the pressure's still there. They're still driving slightly different lines, but they seem... Oh, this is where you look for opportunities, but it's not quite there.
And I guess that those little, and as you've said, when you're racing, you look for any opportunity, and it has to be a split-second impulsive decision. Perhaps in the wet conditions, you know, it's better to bank a P3 than it is to put the car on the grass, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got to be almost 100% sure and commit to that move if you're going to make it, which means these little opportunities aren't big enough to really commit to it.
In fairness, Callum, in your racing career, you've gone for moves as von Skeldamar. Now, I think he's potentially done enough, because this will give him the inside now. So Manuela Gosner, no! Well, a great response from Manuela Gosner, who just had the momentum and the power by being in the middle part of the track. She was able to carry a bit more speed through and denied von Skeldamar. Sorry, Callum, I was going to say, there have been occasions in the past where you've made those decisions and they've been the wrong one.
Yep.
You know, and every racing driver has to do that, don't they?
Yeah, but it is what it is. You learn from them.
Of course.
You learn from your mistakes, but yeah, it's how it is. But you do feel bad if they don't work out and they cost you and another person.
Yeah, of course. Right, and there's going to be this, the remainder of this lap, and I reckon one more before the end of this race. So Manuela Gosner, who sticks her elbows out once again. They make their way down the Hangar Straight now. Manuela Gosner, P2, P3, von Skeldamar and Christoph Herney, who is P4, who must be getting ever frustrated and is almost saying to Fons, come on, you're going to have a go here or what? This is Laurent Demus then. And Laurent Demus there in the number 145 car gets past Per Nielsen. Manuela Gosner then continues to hold off Fons Skeldamar as they head back around the final turn there. It was the turn that you saw, the Vale turn, a moment ago, where we saw race leader at that time go around. That, of course, was Jean-Claude Sada right at the start of the race. This is the final lap. It's now or never for Manuela Gosner and for Fons Skeltermar and for Christoph Herney. Vladimir Hladek is 4.5 seconds up the road. He's buying himself a hot dog at one of the concessions. He's got so much of a gap. However, for Manuela Gosner, she's done it very, very well every lap thus far in terms of defending against the charge from Fons Skeltermar. Is he going to lose his patience now and go for one of those moves, Callum?
Possibly, but they're both driving defensively, so I think unless there's a real big opportunity, he should stay calm and just take the position, I think.
Bank that P3. Well, you're absolutely right, because Christoph Herney is closer now to Fons Skeltermar than he has been over the last couple of laps. In fact, he's all over the back of Fons Skeltermar's 488 Challenge car. But at the moment, Fons Skeltermar is, as you say, defending, but he gets closer to Manuela Gosner now. Is he going to line up, perhaps, potentially, another move down the Hangar Straight? Is this where you have to start organising and thinking about that?
I think the thing is, she always gets very good exits, so yes, it looks like he gains a lot on entry and then always loses on exits, which means coming onto the Hangar Straight, he needs to get a good exit to have the opportunity to do her into Stowe. But
well, we've only got Maggotts and Beckett's to go through before we will see those cars come out onto the Hangar Straight. And can Fons Skeltermar get a sufficiently good exit as the rain is beginning to come down a little bit more now, I think it's fair to say. And, of course, there are backmarking cars now that are having to be passed. There is our race leader, Vladimir Hladek. Ignore the red car, which is there, because that is a backmarking car, which really might play into this battle now. If Manuela Gosner gets caught behind that, Fons Skeltermar takes a different line. This backmarker could have made the difference here, because Fons Skeltermar is at the inside, and Manuela Gosner trying to carry more speed. So Fons Skeltermar does go through, and that is just experience that made the difference there, isn't it, Callum?
Yeah, completely. But also the back marker, you know, you don't have a good enough reference to avoid it in a way.
Ironically, it's another lady racer, Agata Smolka, who was gifted effectively a P2 to Fons Skeltermar, and Vladimir Hladek takes the win from Fons Skeltermar, who will take P2, Manuela Gosner P3, Christoph Herney P4, and it will be Alexander Nussbaumer, the best of the AM drivers there. So Aggie Smolka, then another lady racer, actually helped out a gentleman there by... I mean, she did nothing wrong, to be fair, you know. It's just I genuinely believe that Fons Skeltermar just saw that opportunity coming, and again, it was one of those decisions that he just had to take, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think the thing is, you always expect, if you're lapping a car, you expect them to get out of the way at some stage, and of course with the rain and that, it's very hard to see blue flags and that. So to be fair to her, she just drove a line, and I don't think held them up at all, really. No. Just created an opportunity. But P3, I'd still be quite happy with that, to be honest.
Course. Vladimir Hladek, Fons Skeltermar, Manuela Gosner, the 1, 2, 3 then in the Shell category. In the AM category, it's Alexander Nussbaumer, Ingvar Mattson P2, and Giuseppe Romelli takes P3 in their classes. So a replay then of fight to the finish we will see before the end of the programme, that's for sure, because it was very, very exciting indeed. And there, Tommy Lindroth and Rick Lovett side by side. I don't know whether Rick Lovett just pipped Tommy Lindroth. No, he didn't. It was Tommy Lindroth that finished ahead of Rick Lovett. On board then with Alexander Nussbaumer, the winner in the AM category. Then he takes P5 in the race overall, but wins in the AM category, and the winner in the Shell category is this driver, Vladimir Hladek, in the number 144 car. Here it is, Callum. I just think Fons was very opportunistic there. Manuela had left a little bit. I think Manuela was leaving her options open, but left a car's width, and that was all that Fons needed to be invited to go through.